Welcome back, YouTube. Hello, good morning, friends. Hope you're all doing great. Hope you had a nice, safe trading day. I know I did. You probably noticed there was no update. There's probably going to be coming a lot less daily updates. Since I returned publicly, we were gathering some mental capital and just getting back into the swing of things, bullying price around or getting bullied around, and just seeing what exactly would materialize in price that we could use moving forward. Now, I was expecting a little bit deeper of a dig, but it just didn't want to do it, and this is the information we got. So the public updates are going to be mainly Sunday, and then I'll be just poking my head out here throughout the week if everything's perfectly in alignment. So you'll know that I'm really interested in price action if I am publicly posting. From now till November, I'll be getting back into the swing of things for the AM session VIPs, and in throughout November into April, we'll be going hard, and it's going to be a lot of fun, so look forward to it. So basically, the last little bit, we've been bullying price around, just showing off the skills a bit, gathering some people for the journey that we have coming, and I'm really excited. The information that we've been given has been absolutely great, and we just keep going up, which is exactly what I wanted to see. Also, we have from now till April is pretty much anticipated to be some really nice price action. The markets will front run the economy and the people, so the price will tell us first. So as long as it just keeps dipping and then ripping harder than it dips, we're really on side. So goodmorningfriends.com, you might want to check it out. It's brand new coin. We've got diamond hands in there making new local highs. I'll be handing out 1 million tokens once we close a 4-hour candlestick above the current all-time high. And I'm just going to pick somebody randomly. Maybe I'll get Grok to do it. Good morning, friends. Cryptocurrency just burns itself. Every time you buy it, it burns it. You sell it, it burns it. So it's just going to ride the macro waves of Ethereum. And yeah, it's going to be pretty fun. So give it a check out. Also, Pulse Chain is dirt cheap. If you guys feel like you're missing out or need something cheap to get in, there you go. What else? Not much. So these are the levels that were hit today. If you want to check out my Twitter, my trade is posted, and I was teaching my students today how to lose. And I deliberately bought the top and then shorted the top, took 2 losses, very, very, very small, and then was able to recover that loss in $300 plus, I think it's 300 and some dollars, shorting the top today and just recovering that loss, being very content with that move, and then sitting on my hands for the rest of the day. Speaking of which, before I got like 1 minute till this thing does it, can I make it? Oh, which phone was I trading on? Oh no. Yeah, made it. So there's the screenshot for you guys. And you guys can bust out your MIDI data or whatever. Just, it's to prove a point. You guys don't need to be going after home runs every day. And when you are content and you've made your decisions, you sit there and you just stick with your plan. But anyway, let's check out some levels that we hit. We're obvious levels. I was mentioning have the new week opening gap on your chart. And also we've been using this specific wick here. Somebody was asking what that is. That's a rejection block. And we treat them like gaps. So yeah, just that's what I'd be picking if it dropped down there, plus that new week opening gap. So let's go check out 15-minute time frame. Like beautiful, beautiful stuff here. She pokes the high and then just runs down. That was hilarious. And then let's go check out where it stopped dead in its tracks. So look at here, we're going to a, let's say 5-minute chart. Now the first fib is the wick of that daily candle. And you can just see the respect of these levels until wham. And even still coming down into the new week opening gaps, lower quadrant here, not being able to close a candle, snapping up, making kind of a money printer-esque style setup for another run into internal buy side. Not really like anything to write home about. And then it just flatlined for the rest of the day. That sucks, but it is what it is. So not too bad. The trade that I was taking this morning, because when I woke up, look, I wanted this dump and these prices. I would like a discount first, not run up, take the all-time high, and then dump, because that's how it works. It's psyching everybody out, right? So this is the open, my open, not the candle's open, the daily open. And London, whatever. But this here, this run up here, I don't want to see that. I'm bullish. I don't want to see it go up first. And if it's above the open, I'm really not interested in taking along. I just sit there and do nothing all day. But it was showing me that it at least wanted to come to this double bottom. I thought it was going to actually take the sell side pool from this double bottom and then just turbo launch up. It didn't do that. It kept going. I went out my deck and I came back in and I just started laughing because I had already completed the trade and I was done. And it was funny. I just couldn't believe that it dove for everybody that hard. I mean, I could believe it, but it was just funny. So let's get rid of this guy and just showing the respect of these things. They're like magnets, okay? If you see your model, just aim for them. Had I been anticipating or expecting it, I definitely would have done it. But I was looking for like a corkscrew kind of model where it's like a head and shoulders, but it doesn't play out. Right, so just something like this. Grab that pool from right here, that double bottom, and just leave that alone, because why not? And then just corkscrew its way out. That's what I was thinking it was going to happen. But it just did that, so that's still funny. Shorted the top rope. So anyway, the first play was off of this opening bell, kind of looking order block. It came down into the fair value gap, and I took along with a very small stop, got stopped out, and then when it came up, there was something else in the 1 minute time frame, and the executions are there. Or I sent them in. And yeah, the short, so I went one or the other. I went long and then short just to take a small loss and then recover it when something became obvious. So right here, right in the macro, we come up and snag buy side liquidity right there. That little sucker right there. Okay, somebody was asking me, what model did you take today? I didn't take a model. I didn't use a model. Price was in a pool of liquidity at a time I wanted to see it. It had already shifted market structure down. And I'm above the open, so I'm not looking for a long. If I'm trying to recover a loss, it's obvious that we're going to want to run to this double bottom here. And it might not be obvious to you, but it was obvious to me. So that was the logic for taking the setup. Like getting to know the language of the charts just helps you get a good feel for it, but time rules all. It's first and foremost. So when you see your little thing inside your time to play it, well, guess what? You likely have a pretty good setup. Now, for all the Discord members and the leverage masters, you're going to have a nice respect for this because you recognize it right away. So if you were looking to recover a loss that you incurred and maybe a little bit of chop here, once it snapped here, created the FOMO dump, retraces into a premium market, there's your swing high right there. That's your short entry. And I exited here. Or no, excuse me. I exited right friggin' here, as a matter of fact. Right there. I didn't need the whole thing. I was just looking to recover the loss, take a little piece of the pie, and walk away. If I could teach you anything of mega value, that's it. And that ain't going viral. That ain't sexy at all. Just like, shut up, master friend. Tell me how to get into a trade already. So, moving forward, you guys, I'm turbo retard bullish on the markets. I'm not even close to bearish. I want to see this thing rip right into the end of the algorithmic year. Now, October, just because everybody's expecting so much from it, it's got me a little jaded, especially with the government shutdown and this tentative NFP release that's being dangled over everybody's head. I'm sure once that they release it, the market will go back into getting squirrely. But just so far, this is the only little bit of range that we've created so far in October. It could be better. I wouldn't mind if we had one of these and it being down close. So a compression candle, what you guys call a doji or a star or something, with a very small body, but I want it to be red in your case or black. So down close. And if it's a compression, of course I want it to just rip, okay? Who doesn't? But in the monthly chart, we got to anticipate something like this. A big fair value gap. And that'll help us with some direction bias moving forward. Okay, so whatever low we make here this month, that's going to be what creates this gap. Just keep aiming for up. Don't be so selling pressure minded, okay? And I'll show you what I mean. If you're new here, or you're watching this in the future, I want you to think about all the people who called the top on NASDAQ and then just go zoom. Just go zoom, okay? Every single one of those people are not here. They don't exist. They're now just a fart in the wind. Okay? Don't try and be a hero. It's not your job. Your job is to buy low, sell high, because that's what the charts do. So get in sync with that. All right? So far, this is what we got. We're still above support on a weekly chart, and I'm still down with it. We could still, if we just use this down close candle as a means of support this week, that would be cool, because then we wouldn't come back and touch the previous month's wick, which we don't want to do that. We want to leave a gap in there. Same with this weekly. So just like this, that candle's high, that candle's low. There's a gap in here. We want to see that on the monthly chart. Breaking it down into the daily chart, that's a swing low, that's a swing low, that's a gap. Well, that's the contract gap, right? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we have swing lows, so it's uptrending. And it looks like it just completed that little corkscrew model here. That thing just... that's so funny. If you put a wine bottle right here, it looks like a corkscrew, and that thing doesn't fail. It looks like kind of like it's going to head and shoulders, and then it snaps up, and it's funny. Let's check out the commitment of traders and just see what's going on. Hedging. So we're not in a buy, we're not in a sell, we're just waiting. So this is where we're going to see some chop, typically, and we want to check this on a daily basis and just see where this line moves after price moves from here. So we've just taken the all-time high, but then, it's working it in. So it's really picking up some orders in here. If it wants to drop, we'll permit it. And don't be shocked if it does. Just mind your risk. That's it. That's the secret. Mind your risk on a daily basis. And it's pretty freaking hard to fail. I do like, man, it's just hot, but we'll save that for later. If we start losing some specific price points, then yes, we will consider some things. But for now, 30% retracement of the previous month's candle is my bottom call. It can be the 20% if it needs to be, which so far it is, and that was given to you at the beginning of the month. I will permit it to come down here. It doesn't have to. That is good enough. And yeah, everybody's short. That's why I'm like, harping on you. Because everybody outside of here is short and trying to call tops, and it's hilarious. It's so funny. So yes, very cool, everybody. Very cool. There's going to be some, it doesn't even matter if we go up or go down. There's anticipated to be some fun coming. Keep an eye out for that NFP release, just in case they blindsided us with it. It's timed. So when they go, okay, yeah, NFP is at 8:15 a.m. or whenever they decide they want to release it, that's going to be the bank run. You don't want to get in the way of that. You want to get in sync with it or counter trade it depending on which way it's going. In my opinion, I think the charts are still going to go up. I don't see that the top is in. Like, it's, in my opinion, it's not. It's just not, okay? Take it for what it is. But I could be wrong. If it's going down for NFP, I'm going to be catching the dagger. Okay, about 30 minutes after the news release, that's when I'm going to start looking for the setup. And yeah, I'll get into the chat. I barely ever do when I do these little lives. Hello, everybody. It was funny. I launched a live stream unlisted, and I was talking for like 5 minutes and nobody was there. I was like, oh, where did everybody go? TF, you on about foo. Tofu, you on about foo. I thought no trading by November end latest. Just treat every day like a Fed day and stop over complicating things. Today was beautiful, open, high, low, close. I couldn't agree more. I like how today was set up for tomorrow. Yeah, hey, so if we go back to the daily chart, man, that's cool. We didn't close below the up close candle, so order flow is still bullish, in my opinion. I really don't know. I don't have. I'm lost here. Just so you guys are aware, at this moment, I'm lost. Everything I wanted to see played out already, and then it's just right stuck back at equilibrium. It's annoying when it doesn't actually want to do something. And you're just sitting here going, okay, leave the range, and it's like, no. And then you've seen the commitment of traders right at the freaking center line. Well, that's why. And this is where I've had students message me and go, dude, everybody's getting their faces kicked in. And I'm just like, I had no idea. I don't know what these other guys are doing. But thanks for reporting to me. And then I go and look at the chart and it doesn't want to move. It's not really going anywhere. A lot of the moves that I wanted to see. How about the other day? The last update I did. I wanted to see something specific in the market. It happens in London. That is the lamest thing ever. And I'm basically, okay, I'll just sleep until 10 and see if something shows up. And I don't ever get to do that. But, opening bell has just been terrible because London's doing stuff. I want London to not do anything. When you guys really understand the profiles that materialize, the favorable ones, the violent, they never come back, you're onside. London flatlines. So as soon as London does something and you wake up, if you're on this side of the pond, you already know that the profile that you want to see is likely not materializing. And that's just how it's done. That's when you know to be content for the day. In-N-Out burger model. Yes, she was very hungry today. I did not expect the price action to take both the previous day's high and the previous day's low. Definitely not expecting that. That was hilarious. But yeah, just so you guys know, like, I don't know where price is going all the time, especially when it does stuff like this. So it could go up or it could go down. Mind your arrays and don't force it. And I can't drill this enough into your brains. Daily loss limits, not the ones the firms give you, your personalized one. That's going to be the ticket to you guys making it big. God bless you all. Thank you all for joining. Chances are, if the NFP is released on Friday, I will see you then. Trade safe.